In today's exercise, we're going to learn a chord progression from a very, very famous song. I'll play it in the original key it was written in and see if you recognise it. So hopefully you recognise that as Clocks from Coldplay, and that was written in the key of E flat. But that is a bit difficult to learn at the moment for you guys. So I am going to play this in the key of C. So in the key of C, this chord progression is just 3 chords, but there is a red herring in there. So the 3 chords we're going to use are chord 1, which is C, chord 5, which is G, and chord 2, which is D minor, which we already know, so that's fine. But what we're going to do is we're going to change the G from a major chord to a minor chord. So instead of playing G major, we're going to play G minor. So we're changing this B to a B flat. Now this is a very common thing to do in chord progressions. Musicians will pick a chord progression in a key, but they might start substituting some of the chords. So in this case, Chris Martin decided he wanted to play with a 1, a 5 and a 2, but he liked the sound of the 5 as a minor. So it sounds like this. Doesn't that sound beautiful? And you can do this with any of these chord progressions. Try switching out the chords from their major to minor or from their minor to major. You can use the big small technique to do it. So in this case, we are using chord 1, chord 5, but we're going to make it a minor, and chord 2, which is a minor. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach you the broken pattern. But we're not going to play the broken pattern in root position. We're going to invert these chords. You haven't learned how to do that yet. So all you're going to do is copy me. I'm going to teach you the notes to hit, and then you can play it. You don't need to worry about what inversion you're in, because we're going to be learning that in the next section. For now, you just need to copy what I'm doing. So we're going to start with the chord of C. We're going to play a broken pattern, but we're going to play the 3 notes of C a bit differently. We're going to play them like this. So we're going to have a thumb on the E, our index finger on a G, and our little finger on the C. So it's the same notes as a C major chord. Instead of playing the C down here, I'm just going to play it up here. And the broken pattern that this song uses is nice and simple. We just start with our little finger on the C, and we're going to come down. So it's C, G, E. And we're going to do this 3 times. 1, 2, 3. But on the 3rd time, we don't play the E. Okay? So it's C, G, E, C, G, E, C, G, and we just miss off the E on the last go. So spend some time practicing that. Okay, you just need to go over and over and over it until you've really got it. And then we're going to move on to the next chord, which is that G minor. But we're going to play the G minor a bit differently. So for this first chord of C, our index finger is on the G. That's going to stay there for our next chord. All we're going to do is we're going to play the B flat, and we're going to move our thumb down to the D. And this is the next chord that we're going to play the broken pattern on. So you could spend some time just making that movement. We start here, the C, the G and the E. And then we're going to keep our index finger where it is, but put our ring finger on the B flat and our thumb on the D. So this is the movement we want to do. That That's the first chord. This is the second chord. So you can spend some time moving from the C to the G minor like this. And when we get to this G minor chord, we do the exact same pattern. So we're coming B flat, G, D. And we do this 3 times, but on the 3rd time we don't play the D. Okay, B flat, G, D, B flat, G, D, B flat, G, and we stop there. Okay, and you're going to have to spend some time on this. So you start on the C, and then we move to the G minor. And for each one we're doing the broken pattern. So let's go back to the C and do the broken pattern. And then we move to that G minor and we do the broken pattern. Okay, and then actually we repeat that chord again because it's played twice. So we do the same thing again. And then from this G minor, we're going to move to a D minor, but it's nice and easy because it's in its root position, which you will already recognise. So a D minor played in its normal position. We do the same broken pattern. Okay, A, F, D, A, F, D, A, F. And then we do the whole thing again, and you can just go round and round and round. You just keep going back, copying me, the C, the G minor, the D. And then when you're confident with that, and do pause this video and just keep doing it until you're really confident. Once you're confident, you can add in the broken pattern. To the G minor and do the broken pattern. And then we do the G minor again, second time. And then we move to the D minor and we do the broken pattern. And you just need to take it nice and slowly. So back to the beginning, we're going to start on this C, and eventually you'll be able to just move all the way through without stopping. Then back to the beginning. And once you're really confident with the broken pattern, you can add in the pedal. Now remember, with the pedal, you have to lift it up between each chord. So you press it down, play that first chord, and then you lift it up, ready to start the next chord, which is the G minor. And then you lift it up, and then the next chord is another G minor. Press it down, and then you lift it up, ready to play the next chord, which is a D minor. So push the pedal down, play the D minor. And then you just go round and round. So we go back to the C, lift the pedal, push it down. Lift the pedal, push it down. Pedal, push it down. Lift the pedal, push it down. You can add in the left hand should you wish. So the first would be the C, and then the G minor, G minor again, D, and then back to the beginning. And then if you get really good at this, you could even start driving a rhythm in your left hand like Chris Martin does. So all you do for this is you hit the octave in your left hand, either with one or with both. You just hit this octave on every part of the broken chord. So it would sound like this. And then the same on the G minor. G minor again. And then D minor. And with practice, that will sound great. And it's so much fun, so give this a go, but do not get ahead of yourself, otherwise you'll get in a muddle.